It's a bullet in the ground.
Well, there were so many mass shootings.
Yeah.
Over this weekend, or over the 4th of July.
And even remembrance of a mass shooting last year.
You know how much we are so used to it, nobody even
it didn't faze us, did it?
They had so many, they couldn't even report them all. In every state.
This past 4th of July weekend, or just 4th of July itself?
More than 80 people were shot, at least 13 fatally, in a string of mass shootings across the country. And that's probably not all of them. That's just the ones up into this article.
Right.
According to law enforcement officials, between Sunday and early Wednesday, there were at least 8 shootings in which 4 or more people were wounded or killed in major cities, including Baltimore, Philadelphia, Washington, Boston, and Fort Worth. There was some in Chicago. That's why I said they don't even have every state. These is only a few. Among those killed was a 15-year-old boy, and many children were among the ones that was wounded. There were people walking around with the vest on and the automatics and going into crowds. See, you don't even hear about it anymore. Nobody talk. That's what I'm saying. Nobody talks about it.
Who is doing this?
John Cohen, a former U.S. Department of Homeland Security acting as Undersecretary for Intelligence, said the holiday shootings highlighted challenges law enforcement officials face with more and more people carrying firearms and using them to settle disputes, regardless of innocent people getting caught in the crossfire. So he said, while typically we look at mass shootings from the perspectives of whether it was ideology provided or motivated by some perceived grievance, he said, what we have also seen in this current threat is an increase of mass casualty violence as a reaction to disputes or disagreements with others. We see that with the people, like we said, coming out on their porch and neighbors doing it. It's more of people having grievances or upset with something. Like that movie you said, what's his name? Michael Douglas.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Where he got mad
and just went off on everybody. Just until what? Until they got him?
He says it's hot, people are angry. There is a return to people attending crowded public events. See, we was out for a few years, we wasn't doing this. And more people believe it's justified to use violence in response to a dispute, he said.
Right.
So when did that start?
I mean, it's probably always been here, but where did it start being shined even more so?
One of the deadliest shootings unfolded over the holiday weekend in Philadelphia when a man armed with an AR-15, you was asking, style rifle, a pistol, and extra magazines, wearing a bulletproof vest and a ski mask, allegedly went on a rampage, seemingly firing at least 50 shots randomly at victims. So you didn't even know. The fact that I have to tell you about it says that nobody cares anymore. They don't talk about it no more. That's a year ago, a man walking into a crowd with an AR-15 and a bulletproof vest and a ski mask and shooting into a crowd of people.
They pick and choose.
Would have been the main story on every news article.
Right, because it didn't happen that often. It's unfortunate that it doesn't have to be at a major baseball
No, this
sports.
was at a thing.
A major one? No.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, probably.
It's really sad that it's
it's
priority now.
It's priority now. It got to be a school,
a mall.
Yeah, or it has to be at like a
major
event,
sporting event before it to be on the major news.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you see how you didn't even know about that,
and you wonder too if it's ever in those shooters' heads to get on the news.
And at least 9 people were shot and wounded in Washington early Wednesday when a dark-colored SUV drove up to a group of residents outdoors celebrating the 4th of July, and occupants of the vehicle opened fire, according to the police. Now, that probably was something personal to somebody's family or something. If you driving up to somebody's house or a group of people, they want to take everybody out in that group.
Yep, so revenge.
5 wounded in Boston, at least 5 people in Boston early Wednesday when at least one gunman opened fire on a group of people who were apparently setting off fireworks. So they were mad at the people setting off the fireworks.
Oh, no.
Happened at 2 a.m. Why are they setting off fireworks at 2 a.m.? But still, that's not a reason.
Are they able to? Because most places are illegal.
But that's not a reason to walk up on people and start shooting.
No, remember the one man, because the girl's ball went in his yard. Or you turned it into their driveway.
Baltimore was a block party. It's on and on.
Maybe for some reason they didn't want to show a lot of that because of the holidays. They want to kind of like take a little moment of not sharing that on people's 4th of July.
Another block party in Louisiana shot up. Lansing, Michigan. A shooting occurred neighborhood near downtown Lansing. The victims all suffered non-threatening, child among those wounded in Fort Worth shooting. Fort Worth always got something going on.
We have a friend that moved there.
Really?
Fort Worth, Texas?
Yeah.
It's near Dallas.
It's so many I can't even read. Kansas, 10 injured in a Kansas nightclub. That was a nightclub.
Wow.
It's too many. And I know we had some in Chicago.
Pennsylvania?
We didn't even make it.
Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Well,
so
people of God that believe in the power of prayer, the principalities are just really...
It's principalities among this thing. Principalities.
Yes, and it's no joke. You know, enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So whatever he can do with using the weapons, physical weapons to destroy people, he's all in it. We need to be on top of it with our prayer lives.
Well, put on the whole armor of God. We're in a war right now. Yeah. It's war going on. Spiritual war.
Yeah.
All right. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Yeah, that too. Mama right. Even with Ukraine.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's another distraction, but we ain't going to talk about that.
Okay.
We're going to get our YouTube channel taken down.
Is this the house in Hyde Park with Obama?
This